Thank you, Dr. Geetu Muni Sharma, for asking me to take part in this important session and instruction course. Now, we are to operate in the operation theatre, and all the doctors have a policy that we are not to do any harm to the patient. So, to follow the principle of no harm policy, in the operation theatre, we assemble human resource are there, patient is there, and visitor is there. There are so many supplies: sterile supply, unsterile supply, equipments, instruments, disposable, reusable. So, in this environment, how to do the procedure in a very safe and effective manner? For that reason, a set norms are there, which is altogether OT etiquette. So, no harm policy we have to follow. Now, it is the highest and efficient independently performing zone of the hospital. It is the place where highest form of social exchange occurs, and the patient and their families have a very high expectation. Now, in this working environment where the technical and the non-technical skill both converge to a single point, aiming maximum efficient outcome of any procedure done. What may be the possible events in the operation theatre? The surgical output may be good, it is naturally expected. There may be some adverse event. If the adverse anything happens, legally the surgeon is responsible. If we classify the adverse event that may happen in the operation theatre, there may be accidents, there may be a wrong surgery in a wrong person on a wrong site, maybe a procedure which is also wrong. The examples are there worldwide. There may be infection and there may be complication. So, the operation theatre etiquette are proven set rules to be strictly adherent by all the team members. We know that imperfectness is the nature. In the nature, so many imperfect situations are there. But to give a scientifically result, everything should be perfect. So it is basically etiquettes are aimed to avoid human error of wrongdoing, infection, and the accident. And compliance to no harm policy, this is our requirement, and the team safety norms. The etiquette basically is a soft skill and it has 4 components: the awareness, education, compliance, and the documentation. Now, many rules are there, and the human tendency that to think I am perfect, but it may not be so. So, display all they do and they do not. There are set norms for the visitors, set norms for the people who are helping, who are performing the surgery, patients, and all supply. Why? We may forget, and every do and do not to be displayed in the operation theatre in order to transform the operation theatre a safe and a blissful place of working. Now, etiquette starts with attitudinal change. What I do is the best. This attitude has to be eliminated from the mind, and the set norms are there are certain general etiquette and there are certain specific etiquette. Now, general etiquette means good manner. It is a key role in creating a positive impression and increase your scientific knowledge. Do and use to build an etiquette. Any worker, maybe healthcare worker or the surgeon or as nurses, if they have any upper respiratory tract infection, skin infection, or any obvious infection in the body, they should not enter in the OT. There should not be any street clothes, no street shoe with shoe cover. Proper operation room clothing and proper manner of wearing is important. Keep your belongings safely, and while you enter in the OT, ensure that you are in good health. Now, we can put our dress, but the correct dress is that the shirt should be within the pant. It should not be floating, just like the photograph 1. The mask should be properly used. The nose should not be opened up. Any bottle open in the operation theatre or in the scrub area, immediately before opening or immediate after opening, the date should be mentioned. The single most important step to prevent post-operative infection is proper hand wash by the surgeon and the assistants. Follow proper scrubbing method. Always the draining water should be from the tip of the finger to the elbow. Reverse way, it should not be washed. Terminal hand disinfection is a very important step. The sterile gown should be used properly. Both the front and back side should be completely covered with the sterile gown. And either closed or open method of donning has to be used, maintaining proper aseptic technique. After donning, only touch the sterile field and sterile instrument. Ensure asepsis, antisepsis and sterility in the surgical field. The door of the operation theatre should be closed before starting the surgery, because inside the operation room always a positive pressure ventilation is maintained, so door opening is not allowed. In every operation room there is a circulatory zone where the supporting staff moves, and there is a sterile area between the operation trolley and surgical trolley and the bed. So it is an example. You see the maintenance. Here you can maintain the sterile zone and the unsterile zone, circulatory zone. You can see all the instruments are put in the other side of the assistant. Safe passing of sharp instrument policy to be followed, and all infection prophylaxis are to be followed, and each case to be considered as an independent case, and for all the procedures that are required for preventing the surgical site infection are to be strictly followed. Proper patient preparation is crucial. No surgery to be done if the eye is congested or any adnexal inflammation is there, except the treatment for the infected cases, treatment meant for cure of the infected cases. No elective case should have any evidence of infection or inflammation in the eye on the day of surgery. Always make the patient comfortable. If the patient is uncomfortable during the operation theatre or during surgery, the infection rate increases. So ensure the oxygen supply to the patient is proper, blood pressure is okay, and talkative habit of the surgeon and the assistant has been proven increase that in chance of infection. It is unsafe. The instrument should not be opened long before surgery. It should be immediate before. And some practices what the surgeon follows, that touching some of the instruments with the mobile phone etc. with gloves in hand, and the surgeon with the attire should not come out of the operation room. So these are some habits which every one of us should follow. Everything to be documented properly, because in the court of law, if it is not documented, it is not done. So comply always to proper etiquette for the environment, for the surgical field, equipments, consumable, and correct users gives a success. In conclusion, the surgeon is accountable and responsible in the court of law for any operation room event. Proper OT etiquettes are known, but compliance is an issue, mostly due to unscientific personal behavior. The most formidable advisor is that operation room etiquette to be followed, and it starts with proper attitudinal change. So, what is the benefit of the etiquette? It enhances the teamwork, communication between the members, increase the safety. As a result, the decrease of error, adverse events are less, and the outcome is better, and all the surgeons and the assistant can relax. Compliance, it is not, it is an idea. It is not to be in on thin ice and not to face snowball effect. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure but to avoid pain in the life. So my way of doing is the best way. This arrogant attitude is the strongest barrier to proper etiquette. Thank you for your kind attention.